Hello everybody in Thriving with Claudia. My name's Claudia and I wanted to start doing some live videos in this group and share a little bit more about my gut health journey and my passion for helping other people find solutions for their gut health. So I want to start by just sharing my story, and whether you're watching live or on the replay, definitely drop your comments below if any of this is hitting home for you. I'm a mom of 3. I'm working full-time as a principal. I eat healthy, I exercise, and I'm feeling run down all the time. All right, this was when I was about 40, and I was feeling really low energy. I was also having some issues with bloating and some issues with not being able to sleep well, and I didn't know what else to do because I was pretty much doing my nutrition and my exercise good. And so I would go to my checkups. I would ask for, the doctor to tell me if there was anything they could do. I would tell them how I was feeling. And to be honest, every time I would share how I was feeling with my general practitioner, they would just look at me and just give me that look of like, oh, honey, you work full time. You're a mom of 3 and you're over 40. Welcome to your 40s. And that is the only answer I got. No mention of gut health, no mention of, they didn't dig deeper to find out anything else. Just that was it. And so I would go back to making it through the day. I found myself drinking more and more, caffeine beverages because I would wake up tired, go to work, and then as I was driving home from work, I would be exhausted on the way home from work. And so when I'd come home, I'd drink another cup of coffee to get through the rest of the evening with my kids. And when it was time to put my kids to bed and to lay down to read to them, it was literally impossible for me to stay awake. I would fall asleep, and then throughout the night I would wake up many times, and so I wasn't really getting deep sleep. And so that was my cycle, and that's where I was for years, for too many years. I finally started to think, maybe I need to look at supplementing. Maybe I'm lacking B vitamins. I started thinking that, but even though my labs, and the doctor would say my labs were fine, they would say my numbers are fine, I'm not, short in any levels. So I did start to do some of my own research. I started to think, I'm not getting any answers, but I don't like the way I feel, and this cannot be it. This cannot be how I'm not going to be able to make it through the rest of adulthood if this is how I have to feel every day. So if you're feeling run down, constant tiredness, trouble sleeping, I had some digestive issues going on. If you have anything going on digestively, the first thing I want to say is, if you're not getting any answers from your doctor, if no one's talking to you about anything, I encourage you to start going after the information on your own, right? I started going after information. I still didn't know it was gut health at that time, because I really didn't, gut health to me back then meant you had major issues with your stomach, and I didn't feel like I was there. So I didn't think of that at all. But I did think about, I knew I had some friends that were taking B vitamins, for energy. And I knew my caffeine drinks were doing Zip Zilch Zero to help me feel the way I want to feel. I felt like I chased energy all day and never got it. And so I started to kind of poke around. And what's interesting is I scrolled across a friend's post. It was December 2014. And I remember seeing her post, and she was just saying, all I remember is it said, I haven't felt this good in years. I'm loving my new supplement program. And I was just laying in bed going I want to feel good again. I want to feel good again. I want to feel young again. 40 shouldn't feel this damn bad. So I reached out to her, and she actually connected me to the person who had sold her the supplements, and she got me some information about the supplements, and I started to do research. I did a lot of research. I started looking at, I looked at the ingredients. I started going to the supplement store in my town. I started trying different vitamins and different probiotics and different things. And I wasn't getting any results. And so after 5 months of trying to piece together my own supplement regime and starting again to feel super defeated and feeling like maybe, the doctor's right. Maybe this is as good as it gets. Maybe this is 40, right? And this is what it's going to feel like. I decided to, meanwhile, my friend was continuing to feel great, and really, when I talked to her, just really say that she was really noticing significant difference. So she actually gave me a sample of the product, and during the 3 days, I tried the product, which was a combination of vitamins and minerals, and the main thing, pre and probiotics, and digestive enzymes in the system. I noticed a hint of change, and I was like, well, maybe I'll try this. And so I tried that. I started in April 2015 on this nutrition system, and it, over time, after the first week on the product, I noticed significant change. It was the first time that I had taken supplements that I noticed significant change. And I started to think, like, why am I noticing such positive change? Like, I'm talking change that was like, I would wake up before my alarm. I was coming home from work, and instead of going for that cup of coffee, I was asking my kids to go for a bike ride. When it came time to put my kids to bed at night, I wasn't falling asleep, and I still felt good enough and like mental clear enough to like hang out and stay up a little later. And then my sleep became very deep. And even though I wasn't sleeping for as long as I was before, I actually shortened it to a normal amount of time, like 7-8 hours. I was sleeping deep and soundly, and then, like I said, waking up before my alarm feeling super refreshed. So in the way I was feeling, I noticed a significant change within the first couple of weeks. And I started to think, how is this working to correct both my energy and my sleep? How is this also addressing my digestive health? And researching a little bit more about the actual company that produced the products, I realized that quality of supplements matters. So if you are a person that is taking probiotics already for your gut health, and taking things like B vitamins to support your energy levels, but you're not noticing a change, that's very common because there are so many things that are low quality and low absorption. So that made such a huge difference in the way I felt. And then I was able to start feeling like I had a solution. And I started to incorporate a few other things. One other big major change I was able to make was I no longer was pumping on caffeine all day. This product had a little bit of caffeine in it in the shake component of the product, and in the vitamin component. The total caffeine was less than one of the cups of coffee I was drinking in a day. And I actually noticed that I was pouring my coffee and not drinking it, pouring my coffee and not drinking it, pouring my coffee and not drinking it. And I was just like, I felt super satisfied from the drink, the probiotic shake in terms of flavor. And then I just didn't want the coffee. And in terms of my energy, I would feel refreshed and great all day long without feeling like I needed another boost. And so because I wasn't boosting myself back up with caffeine over and over again, I was drinking more water. That's one thing I know that was another significant benefit to improve my gut health, was drinking more water. While I was eating healthy and exercising, I was not getting properly hydrated. I would drink maybe 1-2 bottles of water a day, 16 to 32 ounces. But other than that, it was caffeine. It was coffee, teas from Starbucks, things like that. And so I was able to eliminate all those beverages and just really up my water intake, which kind of further helped my gut health. But that probiotic change, that change to my gut health, finding an actual probiotic that actually worked. And the way you know it's working is you should feel different. Your fatigue should be eliminated. Your sleep should be improved. Your brain fog should be gone. Your digestive issues should be solved. And yes, like if you're a person that isn't eating healthy yet, like if you haven't made the step to increase the amount of vegetables and fruits in your diet, that is super important for your gut health. You need a large variety of vegetables and fruits because every single one of those plants has different microbes in it that are all that good beneficial bacteria that your gut needs. So a wide variety of vegetables and fruits. It doesn't matter so much like quantity. You don't have to be chewing on broccoli all day, but you want a wide variety of vegetables and fruit. And the last thing I'd say is super important in terms of addressing gut health. So besides finding a quality pre and probiotic, besides drinking more water, the next thing I have to say is super important is managing stress. Managing stress is so important, and this year has proven that more so than ever. So when your stress levels go up, you're pumping more cortisol. The cortisol actually destroys the good bacteria in your gut health and in your gut, and the bad bacteria can grow. And it's so hard. Stress is so hard because it on one hand, it's out of our control, right? Like COVID is out of our control. We can't control COVID. It's stressful. Like this 2020 is stressful. It's still stressful, even though the calendar changed. It's what do we do with our stress? How do we respond to our stress? I had to get better about recognizing that just as important as lifting weights or physically exercising, I needed to incorporate mental exercise in the form of like meditation, in the form of just taking, it can be just 10 minutes laying in the sunshine, laying in a quiet room, listening to different sounds. You can do nature sounds, you can do the different megahertz sounds, which I've been finding. And you have to, and deep breathing. That has been something that I had to get more focused on as a busy mom. As a busy adult, I know that it's so easy to not think that really has time or value. It's like, get the list done, do all the things you have to do. But just taking that 10 minutes of learning to having something in place to manage stress on a daily basis versus letting it build up and then, having a, nervous breakdown or whatever, letting that anxiety build, right? Have something in your day that is a stress release for you every single day, because that is a huge factor of your gut health. I've met a lot of people and helped a lot of people now over the past 5 years in terms of improving their gut health through the combination that I did, the supplement system, dropping the caffeine beverages, increasing water, adding in stress management practices, and expanding the vegetables and fruits in my diet. And I've met a lot of people who, if you looked at them, you would think they're in perfect shape. They're super healthy, but they were under so much stress on a constant basis, emotional stress, that it was eating away at their gut, literally. And they were experiencing adrenal fatigue. So stress management is a huge thing. So I just wanted to hop on in this group. TikTok is great for being able to do little short videos and things. And many people that are in this group found me through TikTok, or someone invited you to this group because you were expressed that your gut health was off and you were looking for solutions. So whoever invited you, is a person who is wanting you to help inspire you to find those answers. And most of all, don't give up. Don't give up on finding the solutions and taking care of yourself and putting yourself kind of in the driver's seat of your health and wellness. Unfortunately, in our country, like you know, what I found with, in terms of my own experience with doctors and as many people as I talk to, you know, unless you have a major problem, like now your thyroid's going out, or like there's like something huge going on, you're not going to get the answers you're looking for from your general practitioner. And for many people, naturopaths and, you know, those types of doctors aren't covered by your insurance. I never sought out a medical, like a professional naturopath or anything, because, you know, to be honest, I just didn't have the money to spend outside of my health insurance to do that. And so you have to kind of take the reins. And fortunately, there's a lot more. I think gut health is making its way into the conversation a lot more, especially as people are discovering, like other people that are struggling with these issues: the low energy, the can't sleep, the low mood, the high stress, the digestive issues, the brain fog. All of those things connect back to your health, your gut health, and it's so important to take care of that. So I wish you all a happy Sunday, and if you have any questions, just drop them in the comments. Take care.